It may not be the best background music in a COD game, but it's one of the most nostalgic. I always find the old video titles that have that Remember X game as their title to be a little bit stupid. The whole remember Halo 3, remember BioShock. Yeah, of course I remember BioShock. Of course I remember Halo 3. And of course I remember Modern Warfare 2, which is why I try to have a little bit of fun with my titles where I say remember Modern Warfare 2. Of course you have. Of course you have. It's 10 years old. It came out 2009. I'm fucking old. And the first map you give me is Skid Row. Oh, yeah. I don't hate it. I don't hate it for the map. I hate it for the score streaks. Wait, no, I can't even say score streaks. I have to call them kill streaks. Shit, man, the world has changed. Did I just get killed by Last Stand? Did I just actually, my first person I shoot going, oh my God. Oh yes. Oh yes, Dad. Oh yes. Oh no. I see that Harrier is turning its nose towards me on the mini-map, which immediately means it's ready to wreck shop, and I need to skedaddle. Of course there's an RPD right here at the edge. I told you it's gonna happen! There are few games that I have put as much time and effort in as a game like Modern Warfare 2. And I love how this guy and his clan tag is the first, like the #1 player on the enemy team. That's just fantastic. And no, I do not need to be noob-tubed across the map on Karachi, thank you very much. I'm in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby. If I don't counteract all the salt with water, I'm gonna die. Quarry, you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Quarry's okay, but of all the maps you could have given me, I'm trying to make a video about old school awesome MW2. Where are my Afghans? Where are my high rises? Where are my terminals? I am still proud of my title though. AC-130. 1,000 kills with an AC-130 gunship. Ah, the good days, the good days. I developed a bit of a guilty pleasure with Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I personally don't believe the time period makes the Call of Duty, but in fact, the game itself makes the Call of Duty, which is something that is generally common knowledge, but some people don't quite agree with that. And while I can't necessarily fault you for wanting to play a game in a certain time period, oh my God, I died fast. You know, if you're a big fan of World War II and you mainly want to play World War II games, I shouldn't be stopping you. But I personally care more about the game being really solid. Therefore, I kind of wanted to go back to old school Modern Warfare games, old school Infinity Ward games, and see kind of how they've changed or somewhat how they've stacked up since then. It's been a decade since this game has come out, a full-on decade, and I wanted to see, you know, if I'm playing the most recent Infinity Ward title, which is IW, how does this game feel? Oh my. Hey, hello. Hey, is someone beneath me? Who are you? You trying to no-scope me? Wow, okay, this game hasn't changed then. Never mind, this game hasn't changed one bit. It's the exact same thing. The first thing that happened is after I kill a guy, I see another guy miss like four quick scopes on me with an intervention, and then pull out 2 deagles. And the HCR is still an absolute laser beam. Hello. I forgot that I don't have a Kimbo for this. Please make this work. Yeah, boy. Intervention FMJ. A hit marker. My first intervention shot after years is a hit marker. As time goes on, sometimes you wonder if the game that you really liked was being seen with rose-tinted goggles. Now, is this game actually as good as you think it is? And Modern Warfare 2 was always one of those titles that I kind of always knew was dumb and broken, but I didn't really care. I almost reveled in it. MW2 is grenade launcher upon grenade launcher. It is quickscoper after quickscoper. It is one-man army, danger close. It is tactical nukes with chopper gunners. It is a bunch of shenanigans. But that was kind of the charm. You see, back in the day, we didn't have to worry about how much of the content is going to be locked off and replaced with loot boxes and salvage crates and such. It was mainly about what awesome new stuff they were going to add to the game, what new perks were going to be added, what new guns were going to be added, what new kill streaks were going to be added. That was the exciting part. When I learned that there were different customizable score streaks, when you can use an AC-130 from that awesome mission in COD 4, I was ecstatic. Pro perks? What do you mean? Pro perks. What in the world does that mean? Look at all these new attachments. It isn't just grenade launcher, red dot sight, silencer, and ACOG. You've got extended mags, heartbeat sensors. You've got the hollow sights as well, FMJ. New camos, like the fall camo was added. A bunch of new weaponry. Shotguns are now secondaries. There's a riot shield in the game, tactical insertion, throwing knife. So many different new unique things came from this game, and that was the thing I was the most excited for. Hell, go back to one of the original MW2 trailers, okay? Go back and look at how they structure it. It's all about showing off new tech and create— I got painkiller. Wow, I didn't realize I had painkiller on this. I feel like kind of an asshole. Headshot. But anyway, look at this trailer. Look at the end of this trailer in particular. You ready for this? Yeah, it's still just as satisfying as it always was. But did you see the end of that trailer? The last thing in that trailer, the thing they wanted to show off the most was the fact that they had host migration, because they didn't have that in COD 4. When the host left, the game ended. It was over. You know, host has left the game, it's done. The entire match ends. So host migration was the biggest deal, and the throwing knife. The throwing knife. The idea that you could chuck a little knife and then insta-kill somebody. That was what they were showing off. Hell, even in Modern Warfare 3, they still did it. The entire MW3 trailer, which had great music, by the way, but was all showing off all the new stuff. And even at the end of that trailer, it was showing off the ability to call in a Juggernaut suit, which was the coolest thing. I play Modern Warfare 2 right now, you know, and I go back and I play Infinite Warfare because I got a little bit of a guilty pleasure with that game as well. And I also play Black Ops 4 right now. And the reason I like MW2 and Infinite Warfare more than Black Ops 4 is actually not to do with how the game is structured, how the game is balanced, but it's surprisingly bad spawns. Let me explain that. Black Ops 4, if you look at these maps, they have these huge spawn sections way in the back, and more often than not, you'll end up spawning there and you have to sprint this really long distance to even get into the fight. But since the time to kill is, while a little bit longer in Black Ops 4, it's still normal COD time to kill, which means you'll still run up there and probably immediately get shot. UMP 45 silenced. I'm ready to destroy people. Sure, Modern Warfare 2 may be known as some of the worst spawns ever, but at least the spawns are next to the enemies, instead of having to run God knows how far to get to them. Honestly, I'd rather take a couple spawn deaths in a game like Call of Duty over a game like, let's say, Halo, or perhaps something where your actual respawns matter a lot more. I can deal with bad spawns in COD more because, you know, you die fast and it doesn't really mean a whole lot. That always feels good. Sometimes spawning in close is fun. Like, this is the thing that, especially something like, at least in Black Ops 4's case, is important, is that sometimes fun is more important than balance, all right? Look at Black Ops 2, for instance, right? Was the Swarm score streak really that balanced? No, not even close. It was disgustingly strong. And it was like completely unfair to everybody. There was no way to escape the Swarm score streak. But the guy really worked hard for it. So really, who cares? Now, I don't hate Black Ops 4. I really don't. It has its problems. but it's not something that I actually despise. It's not like my least favorite or anything. I'd probably play it over Advanced Warfare. I'd play it over COD Ghosts. I'd probably play it over Black Ops 3 as well, even though I actually do kind of like Black Ops 3 a bit. But I don't really hate the game. But it feels like it's trying to ride the line of being this really crazy competitive game with all of these very important competitive stuff, like how it handles the class system, having manageable recoil or predictable recoil, I think, and having all these cooldowns and specialist picking. It's trying to be more tactical than it needs to be. But then it rides this weird line because it still has insta-kill, like, Tempests and Annihilator hand cannons and all this stuff that's supposed to be fun, but ends up becoming infuriating. I wouldn't mind dying in a game like Blops 4 as much if you just put me next to the enemies again when I respawn. You know, sometimes fun is more important than balance, and I think even though Modern Warfare 2 is looked at as an unbalanced mess, which it is, it's still regarded as a pretty incredible game. And as I'm playing it right now, I still agree. I'm getting one shot by pretty much every sniper in the game right now. I'm getting noob tube blasted all the time, but I can spawn almost immediately like you saw right there and get dead back in the fight. And this isn't even a really small map or anything either. Like, I die right here, boom, here I am. There's a guy right here. I'm gonna die, but at least I got back in the fight. Man, MW2 is stupid. It's a stupid, dumb, unbalanced, ridiculous game. But that's the charm of this game. So when I say, like, remember the good times of MW2, remember the fun they had with MW2, this is the thing I'm talking about. It's about the good times. You know, it's about the fun you had in the game, even though it's not the most balanced thing in the world. It was about the excitement of what's coming out next, what new things are being added. Like, I just bounced the throwing knife, I think. I have never once looked back on a game and been like, yeah, man, that game was really balanced. That's not the thing I think in my head. The thing I think is, yeah, man, that game was really fun. And sometimes having a little bit of stupid is important. Probably why I like Infinite Warfare. It's really stupid. There's a lot of dumb stuff in that game, but I get back in the fight almost immediately and I have a damn good time playing it, even if it's dumb. I want to do this with other Call of Duties. Maybe I'll go jump onto some Black Ops and some Black Ops 2 sometime in the future. Really get into the nitty gritty. Some MW3. Give myself a recon juggernaut with a USP 45 and go to town on people. Anyway, my name's been Brick, everybody. If you want to see the next one where I talk about Black Ops, it's on the screen right now. Also, my most recent video is also on the screen, so check that out if you'd like as well. Go ahead and check out the merchandise store if you want to see the crest tee or hoodie. It says "Thick Thighs Save Lives" on it in Latin, which is awesome in every way. That's in the description right down there in Bricky merch, and I will check you all soon. Bye-bye.